We are Steve and Jill.
Together, we've been buying and reselling land since the 90s.
Our data-centric approach leaves our buyers asking, how can you sell it so cheap?
Here on the Land Academy Show,
We answer that and more. Steve and Jill here.
Hello.
Welcome to the Land Academy Show, entertaining land investment talk. I'm Steve and Jack Butala.
And I'm Jill DeWitt, broadcasting from sweet Scottsdale, Arizona.
Today, Jill,
I was going to say sweaty Scottsdale, Arizona. It is not to make you and the rest of the country mad at us, but it's 22% humidity right now, which is pretty darn high for us.
At 95 degrees, it starts to get
A little bit. Yeah.
start to have thoughts of Christmas. And these things happen.
Swimming
And it's
pools.
May. Yeah.
I'm like, I need to be in the pool right now. Okay.
Today, Jill and I talk about how we're going to deconstruct our last mailer and show you exactly how we made about $250,000 net.
Cool.
Before we get into it, let's take a question posted by one of our members on the landinvestors.com online community. It's free. And if you're already a Land Academy member, please join us on Discord.
Mike D wrote, "Hello, everyone. I've actually been a member since August 2020, and I've done 10 deals since then. Mostly buy for $2,000 to $5,000 and sell for double. I'm starting to gain some momentum, and I'm looking to get some help from members on how to move forward with confidence. I would like to discuss a rather large deal for me. Buy for $150,000 and sell for $300,000. And I need the assurance from people that have been doing this a while, that it's a good deal. Where can I post the details so it can be discussed? Thanks." Aww.
Mike D, you've done every single thing right.
Yay.
Every single thing. It's been about 6 months, less than 6 months. You've done 10 deals, just like Jill always talks about. Get 10 deals under your belt.
Mm-hmm.
Who cares what they look like? Who cares how much money you make? Just to see if this is for you. And now you're ready to make $150,000 on a deal.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a great question. It's actually my favorite question of the week. I would reach out. There's 2 or 3 places that we have set up for this to really get some traction for you and people like you. I would start with Discord. I know you're a member because I can tell on Land Investors. We also have something called Deal Board, which we're kind of phasing out, but our members
There's a
won't
land tank now.
Our members won't let us phase it out because they like it. It's like a bulletin board in a hospital for
Room for rent.
Guitar lessons.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, and then there's Land Tank. I'm not so sure if you don't have a deal that Land Tank is the best place. If it were me, and I can speak confidently, if it were Jill, I would post it on all 3 places and just to see what would happen.
Mm-hmm. But I do want a signed purchase agreement, though, moving forward, just to make sure, because no one really has a deal until we have that. Then we can really talk about it.
If you have a signed purchase agreement and you think the numbers are 150 to 300, and you put it on Land Tank, it won't last 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
There are people, there's vultures, and I say that in a good way. Money people in our group that are dying to fund property.
I would like to add a point here, too. We don't always have to double our money. So think about the numbers you've been doing to this point. What if you do it all wrong and you buy it for $150 and you sell it for $250 or $225? Those are still great numbers.
We do deals like that all the time.
Don't worry, don't stress. If you know going into it, I'm buying it for $150 no matter what. I really made a mistake. I sell it for $200. You're still going to be just fine.
Yep. That's a big topic. For last week, that came up a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I bought this property for $80,000. I didn't get $160 out of it.
Right.
I got $120 out of it. Jack and Jill, what am I doing wrong?
Exactly.
Nothing.
Nope.
You should
How much
celebrate.
did you make again? You're just fine.
We have people in our career path group, which is kind of the advanced group, how to scale. This topic comes up a lot because a lot of those people in that group are just like you. They've done a bunch of deals. They understand, they've proven the concept to themselves that this is a good business.
Yeah.
They want to make it their air quotes career.
Right.
It's called career path. And now I need to get to 150 to sell for 300. So I personally have now made it my mission to make people realize that the rest of the world isn't made of 100% profit margins. It's made of 3 to 5% margins. So if you can get 20% out of your money, you're doing great at that level.
I was even say we talked about this. I was in a group recently where we talked about Just what's your bottom number? Actually, I think it was career path. Like, what's your number? What if you say, I just need to make at least 50,000 a deal? Great, just go at it like that. And this is what you're looking at right here, Mike. No matter what, if you just say, I'm going to make 50,000 no matter what, perfect. Those are great numbers.
Today's topic is called Our Last Mailer Deconstructed, and how we created $250,000 net on one mailer. This is the meat of the show. So I'm not saying that you should go out and do this, but at this point in our career, this is what works for us. And none of it's honestly Jill's idea. It's a result of me
When was it not my idea? Oh, I don't like making money. No, it's not why I'm here. I'm only here. I just like to be here to be on the camera.
And look pretty.
That's it. That's all I'm here for. It turns out that if you make money, people will listen. But it's dumb.
There's an interesting twist to this
I
mailer.
have nothing else to do today.
It's an interesting twist to this mailer that I did, and it worked out great, and largely worked out great because Jill took the calls and turned these transactions into profitable real estate deals. So
I know how to do that.
That's not, yeah, exactly, and that's not. So it was a result of months and months and months of me informally horsing around on Zillow and Redfin and looking at values of properties in areas that I already know about, and looking at for sale property and tagging it that I like it, and then micromanaging it after it goes under contract and gets sold. And so there were never spreadsheets involved in the first phase of this. So I took a county. I isolated all the properties that were for sale and sold that were above a certain dollar amount, in this case $30,000. And I then really microscopically looked at the zip codes that they're in some cases the APNs, but mostly the zip codes, isolated a size that would fit that. So I applied tons and tons of logic and not a ton of math yet. And so I came up with a few zip codes in an area that I'm very familiar with, that I've known for a long time, and came up with this concept. I'm very confident I can send mail out, buy these properties for between $10,000 and $12,000, and sell them between $30,000 and $50,000. And they have to be pre-zoned for certain types of residential structures or agricultural. And this is all this county specific information. Like the next county over, I can tell you and we're about to do that, is very different. So it's pre-zoned property that I know sells really well right now for a certain amount that's close to between $30,000 and $50,000 per property at a certain size range. And the size range came from two places: what's selling, what's sold, and what the county will allow to be built on in that area, because it's a very rural area. But it's also a very hot area because of this whole stay-at-home, the whole real estate. If you don't know, the real estate market's on fire right now in a great way. Now you know.
Wow. If this is the first time you've heard that right now, okay.
We're in the middle.
We gotta talk.
We're in the middle of one of the greatest legitimate real estate boons that's certainly been in our lifetime, and arguably since World War II. It's probably going to surpass that.
Yep.
So what happened? We sent out about 7,000 letters. I think we turned some number below 20. Jill sifted through the stuff. She does what she does. What do you do that's so special here?
Oh, it's magic. I can't share that.
She Jillified it.
Yep.
She made a lot of friends with a lot of people in cowboy hats and their wives. That's the truth of it.
Well, that's true.
Come on, they're dying to know. Tell us.
No, I mean, well, you just said it. You did.
Over the phone is what I mean.
Yeah.
And so while we were sending out offers for, between $8,000 and $12,000 or $18,000 per property, Jill's pulling them up on NeighborScoop as they come in and saying, you know what, that property actually does work, or it doesn't work, or we love it at this number. We can accept this number and potentially go to this high, but I doubt it.
You know, one of the things I think about too with this particular area and this particular property type, you got creative. And this is one of the things we tell everybody, get creative. Go places where no one else is going. You know what to do. Do what Steven's doing. Spend some time. Follow the market. See what's happening. Then send some offers and see what happens. Because we still had a healthy response from signed purchase agreements that I hadn't seen in a while, which makes me think that people weren't getting these. You know, it made me feel really, really good. Because there's some people, like there's a gal that just came through the other day. I didn't even talk to her. Signed it, sent it in.
I saw that.
I did. I sent it to my transaction coordinator. I said, hey, please throw this in Airtable, tag us both, and we'll look at it. Before I could even get to it, you said, yep, done, buy it. I'm like, so I wrote her a note, and my transaction coordinator said, hey, go ahead and open escrow. You don't even need me on this one.
If they sign a $15,000 purchase agreement, it has a full-blown house on it. With outbuildings on 1.5 acres, I think, on a river, on a seasonal river, for $15,000. I think it's 15 and change. So it'll be 18 by the time we're done, and we'll immediately relist it for about 45 to 50.
There you go.
That's the most recent result in the mailer. So let's do the math on this mailer. Let's really deconstruct it.
It was a good one, yes. I can't. They're still coming in.
Yeah,
It's hard to really gauge it right now. You can't know. Because you know what? I'll tell you real quick. Your expiration date, the 90 days that you put on these mailers, hasn't hit yet.
Right, I know.
So that's what I'm waiting for too. What's still coming?
So here's the math. I mean, we'll average. This is I think average. This is really conservative. I think it's going to be a lot more. $20,000 per transaction. Net. This is after fees and everything.
Mm-hmm. That's
and we'll
low.
That's way low.
That's very conservative.
Way low.
Yeah.
And we'll do at least 20 deals.
Mm-hmm.
It'll at the end of it, it'll be at least 20 APNs that will be sold. I think that's really light too. It's going to be probably closer to 40, but let's just use 20. Yeah, me too. So net $20,000 a deal.
Times 20.
Times 20 is $400,000. So yeah, oh my God, but in the title you say $250,000. You know what happens? People don't believe us.
I know. You think so?
I think people that listen to the show probably believe us.
I don't know.
And our Land Academy members believe us, but after a while it gets hard and no fun to address people, and this is usually in a social environment for Jill and I, that just don't, when we start talking about numbers like this, they don't understand it and don't believe it, and then they think we're bragging and stuff. So
they don't understand it.
I'm always trying to just chill the whole thing out, kind of cool the jets on all of it, and just say, yeah, we made $250,000 on that, and it didn't take that long. When in reality, it was probably closer to $1.5 million. This will be $1 million mailer for us by the time we're done. And what I'll do, the real consequence of that is that I'll start moving around the state now. Mm-hmm. And actually into other states. I have
it's a good thing.
Research assistant that's researching the viability of this concept that I'm describing in multiple other states.
There you go. It's awesome. Happy you could join us today. Monday through Friday, you can find us right here on the Land Academy Show.
Tomorrow, the episode of the Land Academy Show is called, it's Jack Thursday, and I'm going to talk about unique ways to improve your land. For example, putting a Breaking Bad RV on your property that you found in Craigslist for $500. You are not alone in your real estate ambition. And that's just the beginning.
I know. I love it. It's a little scary. But yeah. Hey, you never know what's in there. It's like those shows, Storage Wars. People buy this stuff, they don't know what's in there, and they're all excited about it. It's kind of like that. Hey, if you need any sort of ownership or property details, including owner phone numbers and FEMA flood map overlays, check out neighborscoop.com. Created by investors, that's us, for investors like you. We're Steve and Jill.
Information
and inspiration
to buy undervalued property.
We hope you find our content valuable, and we appreciate your support. If you have not already, please check out our channel and hit the subscribe button.
And your comments and suggestions help us to create the content you're here for. Hitting the like button helps to support our channel's algorithm and gauge your interest for future shows.